This antique sale next week ranges from items from the very ancient, that I'll show you in a minute, to quite modern luxury items. And here in front of me is a selection of Christian Dior luggage, which fits into the luxury goods section of our website. So if you browse online now, you can view items under that heading. This is a set of Christian Dior. It was bought by the present owner from the Mayfair store in London about 30 years ago, we think. So it's a discontinued pattern, classified as vintage now, but it's all in really nice, immaculate condition. We're going to sell them all one piece at a time, and very smart it is too. That magnificent hold all there. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lots of Christian Dior there, and little items of Dunhill and Mont Blanc here as well. It all fit into that. And we'll have a quick look round the showroom, which is being set up at the moment for next Monday's viewing, and quite a lot of interesting things to look at this time. Right in front of me is an original poster from Clockwork Orange, Stanley Kubrick poster there. That's interesting, worth about £100–150, something like that. And if you just carry on up here, I was looking at this earlier. This is such a lovely small-sized dresser here with a mirror back. It dates to about 1905, and look at these little marquetry inlaid plaques at the back here. Very stylish, and even here, these little tulip-shaped cutouts in the side. Strapwork hinges, totally original, and this was bought by the owner at Liberty in London from their antique furniture department. And it's just a lovely small-sized dresser. It's estimated about 400 or 500. Be an absolute bargain at that, I should think. Let's just carry on around the room here. There's some quite interesting furniture this time as well. There's lots of things around here actually. Let's just have a quick look along this row. Magnificent. Look at the size of this library bookcase here. And it's got a fitted slide in here as well, and this opens up. This is George III period, about 1790, and this was bought by the present owner at Sotheby's sale, where it was estimated at 8,000 to 12,000 about 20 years ago. So that's going to sell next week. Some lovely burr walnut tables there, a pair of those sofa tables. And at the back here, some interesting things. This is an Italian, they call these cassone, so it's sort of a monk's habit box. There it is for putting your cassocks in. Carved all over with penwork figures on here as well. So this will date probably to about the late 1500s, I should think, early 1600s. And it's made of cedar, and the estimate's going to be 1500 to 2000. And here's another interesting thing. This is a lump of solid granite. It is thought to be about 7th century, with a face on the front. So it's a water cistern, and the water drains out through the mouth hole there. But it's one lump of granite. And the man brought this in his car, and it's been in the front seat of his car for the last 3 months. So I think his fuel consumption's probably gone up a bit. What else have we got? Very stylish Art Nouveau chair there. Look at that. Very sculptural piece of furniture. And another one here as well. Quite a stylish wing chair. And we'll just carry on down here. Lots of interesting things in the smalls section this time. Little Victorian rosewood and mother of pearl inlaid sewing cabinet with a secret compartment in the lid. And look at all those little sewing items inside there. All carved mother of pearl and gilded leather. And lots of interesting military things in this sale as well. I'll show you one in a moment. We have first edition James Bond books. And all sorts. Here's an original enamel sign for Stevens gum. Then in the cabinet here we've got a collection of vintage car mascots. All look good together, don't they? And we'll go through the cabinets in a minute, but on here I just wanted to show you these. So this is a First War medal set here. So this, I suppose the sad thing about this is they belong to two brothers, and one of those was killed in France. So this is his memorial plaque to Fred Archer. So one of these groups of medals is for Fred Archer, and the other one is for his brother. And with it, which is really interesting, is this collection of correspondence from the trenches from about 1915, just all his letters home, talking about Christmas in the trenches and how they had just one biscuit on Christmas Day. Let's try and cheer things up a little bit here. So let's have a look in here. So we've got some nice clocks. This is a Eureka electromagnetic clock. So this is about 1900, the date of this one, but it's just a really nice gentle rolling action on that pendulum there. And that one's going to be probably 600 to 800. Some lovely paintings this time. Here's one of them. It's by a female artist, Jessica Hayler. It dates to 1911, I think it is. So just before the First World War. And the title is Flowers for the Hospital. But absolutely beautifully painted. That should be 2,000 to 3,000 estimate on that one. We've got, I think, 4 paintings by Fred Cuming this time. That's very much his style, this one. And all of them are in immaculate condition as well. I'll show you a couple more, but these are some of my favourite things in the sale. These are by Rosalie Johnson. There's 2 of these bronze hippos. Aren't they fantastic? So they're solid bronze. They're great characters. Here's some more Fred Cuming. So there's one there, and a sunset underneath as well. And this one is by John Arnsby Brown, which is a much older painting. So this will be, I think this one's about 1900. And it's in absolutely original, untouched condition. Possibly would benefit from a light clean, but it's completely untouched. An original frame, and it's signed in the corner here. It's beautiful. And that should be 3,000 to 4,000, I'd have thought, that one. Some really lovely Japanese items here. So this is Japanese gilded wood. Very delicate box. It's very light, with little ivory inset birds and mother of pearl butterflies. It's a beautiful thing. And this is Japanese as well. It's little in-row, these are called. They're multi-section boxes that just pull apart. But again, it's gilded and lacquered wood. It's a beautiful thing. More Japanese boxes here. And here are some of the ancient things I was telling you about earlier. So this is a collection from a local house that we cleared, and a lot of these are very early Roman, or these are South American, these pots at the back here. This is ancient Roman, little offertory table. These are Roman as well. And some old bronze items here. There's an Egyptian bronze Osiris. That's a little group of antique bronzes there. Chinese bronze pot, little, I suppose, Japanese miniature teapot. And then these items here, that's Roman bronze. That's one little group lot there. That's a Greek iridescent glass vase. What an interesting lot. And then just having a look in the corner here, again, lots more things around here. And up here we've got an original painting by Quentin Blake, who lives in Hastings, and that's a watercolour by him, and it was exhibited at the gallery in Hastings, at the Jerwood Gallery, as part of an exhibition of his works, and it's now being sold to raise money for a centre in Hastings. So all the proceeds of that are going to charity, and that one's estimated at 1,500 to 2,500, which for a work that size, it should be at least that. It's quite a magnificent piece. We're just going to change over now so that Will can show you some of the watches and the jewellery.
Okay, so the jewellery and the watches now. The luxury goods aren't just in the smalls part of our sales here. They do extend into the watches and the jewellery. One of the main things I'm going to point out here is by a very recognisable brand, Cartier. It's an original box, original case, and it's they call these love bracelets. It's a lovely 18 carat white gold bangle. You can see set with diamonds, and they have all different sorts of configurations of these, some with a diamond every other time with a screw, perhaps in these, but this is actually set all the way around. It's got 10 diamonds in here in total, just under a carat worth of diamonds. And this one actually has a purchase certificate for last year, so it's only just about a year old, this one, and it retails at £13,900 if you were to go into Cartier and buy that. And it's in here for 5,500 to 6,500, so quite a bit off the retail price, and it's only a year old. It's hardly been worn at all, hardly any scratches on that, so I reckon it's probably been worn only a few times. But you've got everything there, original bag and the certificate in there as well. Really good deal on that. And then another good name brand for watches here. This is one of the main watches in our sale. This is by Frank Muller, very high-end watchmaker, known for his eccentric dials. This one's huge, and it's solid 18 karat gold. The strap is 18 karat as well. It's an extremely heavy wristwatch. And I was browsing on the net for a while, trying to find one exactly the same. The closest one I could find was one with an unassociated leather strap, exactly the same 18 karat gold case, but just a leather strap, and it was up for sale at about £7,000. Well, this one's in for £7,000 as well, and you get a gold strap to go with it. And again, original box to it as well. We've got the outer box and the original certificate from when it was purchased, I think at Harrods in Knightsbridge. Another thing to watch there. Some beautiful necklaces up at the back here. Starting off with this one here. This is 3 different colours of sapphires. It's got pink sapphires, white sapphires, and your normal blue. And this is called a negligee necklace, where 2 pendants are hanging off of the main one. And that should be £200 to £300. Lot 471, the next one down here. This is Finnish. It's 14 karat gold, and these are amethysts. So that's a really stylish piece of jewellery from Finland. And we've got some other Finnish silver in the sale as well, plenty of it, all from one estate. Really fashionable stuff, much like a lot of Jensen silver. And then this one you may have seen posted on our social media before, a platinum and diamond festoon necklace. Really dainty, but absolutely gorgeous. And that should be around £1,000 for that one. And then onto the rings. Where do we start? Probably see a few of the extremely large rocks at the back here. That's a real statement one. Came in right at the last moment, just as we were finishing off the catalogue. I think it's just under 2.5 carats. It doesn't have a certificate with it, but just from measurements, it's just under 2.5 carats. But it's near flawless. It's really nice. Just one inclusion that I can see, but other than that, it's beautiful. And it's in for, I think, 3,000 to 5,000. but well worth that. You'd be paying in the tens of thousands if you would go to a jeweller's for that one. And another solitaire diamond ring at the front here. I think this one's about 1.3 carats. All coming up around Valentine's Day as well. And then, speaking of Valentine's Day, a little more along the jokey side of jewellery, but some of these could be quite early pieces, namely this ring, which you can probably see what it is there, and yeah, you can definitely see that. But that's a little group there together, quite a novel set. There's some really nice jewellery, there's hundreds and hundreds of lots, and actually one of the main things in this sale this time is the number of silver lots we have in. I think we have about double what we normally have. The cabinets here are absolutely crammed full of silver. So if you've ever wanted a table centrepiece for your next dinner party, now's the time to come and get one. Got various things. You've got lovely little wheelbarrow here in the centre, an Edwardian novelty silver wheelbarrow. This is one of the finished pieces at the front here, the leaf on the right. That's the one there. Really good designers as well, but all from the same estate, all of the finished silver. Plenty of different pepperettes and other novelties, hip flasks, and a thermometer with a miniature photo frame at the top there. This pin cushion beside it is Tiffany. That's American Tiffany silver. And some other really interesting bits, some fantastic candlesticks in this sale actually as well. Look at these, absolutely magnificent. The pair of them either side here. So these are 3 light candlesticks, but you can take them down as well, so you can either have the one that you can take up the stairs and go to bed with you if the power cut comes in, which you've had a lot of recently, or you can just convert them to single branch candlesticks. But that's the pair of them in to sell at, I think we've got these in at around £1,000 for the pair, but well worth that. They're really nice. About Edwardian in period as well. Look at that, fantastic mapping and web tea set. It's unusual that you see a tea set of this size and also that sort of shape. But that's amazing. Anything else to pop? Plenty of large silver trays as well. I think we've got about 2 in every single cabinet down here as well. But it's all worth coming in to look at. We've got so much to look at this time, and there really is nothing like an auction. You have to come down and have a look. There's just no other way of doing it. There also is bidding online, and just have a look, see what you think. I bet you'll find something good. Thank you very much.